Listen to me. You want to know why I'm telling you this now? Because you remind me of myself back when I had more hair and fewer scars. You've got that look in your eye, like you want to save the world. But sit down, grab a coffee, black, no sugar, the way it's supposed to be, and let's talk. We're going to dig deep into the pavement until we hit the subway lines.
You know, in my 80 years walking these concrete streets, I've seen things that would make your hair turn white overnight. I've seen this city change from a place of gentlemen in hats to a jungle of neon and noise. I've seen men climb out of the gutter on the Lower East Side, scraping by on selling rags, only to build empires of steel and glass in Midtown. And I've seen the opposite. I've seen kings, men who had it all, the money, the penthouse on Park Avenue, the family, the health, the connections at City Hall. I've seen them lose it all. I've seen them end up on a bench in Union Square, feeding pigeons, wondering where the hell the kingdom went. And the older I get, the more I see one strange, paradoxical truth. It haunts me, kid. It really does. We're taught that evil destroys people, that malice, greed, anger, that's what breaks a man. But I'm telling you, often it's not the malice, it's the kindness. Yes, you heard Solomon right. The very same kindness we are told to cherish, to put on a pedestal, to teach our children. That same kindness can quietly, slowly, and completely destroy a person's life more effectively than any enemy with a grudge ever could. There was a time I didn't believe it. When I was your age, maybe younger, running around Brooklyn with holes in my shoes, I thought, if you're a good person, if you help people, if you open your heart like a 24-hour diner, the world is bound to give you the same back. I thought it was a law of the universe, like gravity. You drop an apple, it falls. You give love, you get love. I thought it was as sure as the sun setting over the Hudson River. But one day, I woke up, or maybe I grew up, and I realized it's not so. Or, let me be precise, it's not always so. The world doesn't run on fairness, it runs on leverage. And before I lay out the 10 reasons why your own goodness might be the wrecking ball swinging at your own foundation, I want to tell you what my grandfather once told me. He was a tough old bird, my grandpa, a tailor. Came over from the old country with nothing but a pair of scissors and a prayer book. He survived the war, the hunger, the pogroms, the whole Megillah. He lived through the Depression in a cold water flat. He said to me one day while he was stitching a hymn, "Solly, listen to me. A kind soul is a gift from the Almighty. But you don't leave a gift like that unguarded. You don't leave the door to the vault wide open just because you trust the neighbors." I didn't understand him then. I thought he was just a cynical old man. But now I understand it in my bones. I understand it when I see good people turned into hollowed-out shells, walking down Broadway like ghosts. I get it when I watch the soft-hearted become targets for every con artist and emotional vampire in the 5 boroughs. I get it when I talk to people who burned out at their job, in their marriage, in their friendships. Why? Because they gave more than they had. They gave until they were scraping the bottom of the barrel. I've seen men who tore their lives apart trying to please everyone, trying to be the stand-up guy. I've seen women who handed themselves out piece by piece, like free samples at a bakery, until there was nothing left for themselves. I've seen families fall apart
and businesses go under precisely because someone wanted to be too much of a mensch, too nice to make the hard call.
You think I'm exaggerating? You think Solomon is just telling stories? Oh, if you only knew. The problem isn't the kindness itself. Real kindness, true kindness, that's strength. That's a skyscraper with a deep foundation. But the wrong kind of kindness, the unchecked, naive, defenseless kind, that's a time bomb ticking in your pocket. And it always explodes. Sooner or later, boom. That's why today I'm going to tell you what the motivational speakers won't tell you. What they don't write in those shiny self-help books you see at the airport bookstore. I'm going to tell you what I learned the hard way. Through mistakes, through getting knocked down, through wasted years, through people who smiled to my face while holding a knife behind their back. I will tell you exactly why kindness can ruin your life, and more importantly, how to stop it from happening. You might think you know half of these reasons. You might nod and say, "Yeah, Solly, I know. Learn to say no." But believe me, you underestimate most of them. And some you don't even suspect are shaping your destiny this very minute. Stick with me to the end, because the final reason, the 10th one, that's the quiet killer. It slips into your life unnoticed, like carbon monoxide. It turns you into a convenience for others, and you don't even realize your character has been swapped for something soft, shapeless, and safe. Safe for them, not for you. I've seen people who, after understanding this 10th reason, turn their lives around 180 degrees. They changed their circle, their job, their habits, even their relationships. And you know what? They didn't become cruel. No, they became wise. There's an old Yiddish proverb, "He who is too open to the world risks the world walking in without knocking and tracking mud all over the carpet." That's what this is about. It's about protecting your kindness. It's about ceasing to be prey. It's about keeping a soft heart, but a strong spine. It's about living a good, decent life without letting people turn your goodness into a weapon against you. If you've ever asked yourself, why do I do good deeds and get ingratitude in return? Why do people use me like a dish rag? Why am I so tired when I'm trying to do the right thing? Why does it sometimes feel like the kinder I am, the worse I'm treated? Then this conversation is for you, because the answers are here. And sometimes the answers hurt more than we'd like. But without that pain, there is no awakening. So let's get into the thick of it. 10 reasons, 10 hard truths. First reason, the inability to say no. The first reason a kind person gets destroyed is simple. They don't know how to say no. And I'm not talking about screaming, "Get lost!" I'm talking about that simple, calm, honest no that sets a boundary. You'd be surprised how many people find this little 2-letter word impossible to say. It sticks in their throat like a dry bagel. We think if we refuse, we become bad people. We think we become difficult. But the truth is, the world is built on supply and demand. If you have an unlimited supply of yes, people will demand it until you are empty. Not always out of malice. Sometimes just because you've trained them to expect it. I once had a friend. Let's call him Benny. Benny was a good guy, heart of gold. He had a cousin who was constantly coming to him. "Benny, I need a ride. Benny, I need $50. Benny, talk to my landlord."
Benny always said yes. He thought that's what family does. But gradually, the requests got bolder. "Benny, co-sign this loan. Benny, lie for me." One day, Benny realized he wasn't a cousin anymore. He was a utility. He was a faucet. And the moment Benny finally said, "No, I can't do that," the cousin vanished. He didn't call, didn't visit. Benny was heartbroken. He thought he failed. I told him, "Benny, you didn't fail. You just turned off the free tap." He didn't want you, he wanted the water. That's the lesson. Kindness without boundaries turns a person into a tool, not a personality. Second reason, the illusion of appreciation.
The second reason is the dangerous illusion that people will appreciate your sacrifice. Take it from me, kid. What is a monumental sacrifice for you might be just another Tuesday for someone else. You can spend your time, your money, your energy. You can share your last dollar. But the person receiving it rarely thinks about the cost. Worse, they get used to it. And habit is a dangerous thing. It turns your kindness into the baseline. It turns a favor into a duty. I've seen women who carried their families on their backs for 40 years. They cooked, they cleaned, they smoothed over every argument, they saved every penny. And when they finally got tired, when they finally collapsed into a chair and said, "I can't do it today," nobody said, "Thank you for the last 40 years. They said, "What's wrong with Mom? Why isn't dinner ready?" They weren't evil. They were just accustomed. They forgot she was a person because she never acted like one. She acted like a machine. If you don't show people the value of what you give, they will assume it's free. Third reason, you become transparent. Kindness makes you transparent, easy to read. People quickly figure out they can manipulate you through your own virtues. They play you like a cheap fiddle. They use guilt, pity, or your sense of responsibility. "Oh, I have nobody else to turn to. If you were a real friend, you'd help. I thought you were a good person." These aren't cries for help. These are lockpicks. They are opening your wallet and your schedule. It's a terrible trap. Once someone learns the combination to your safe is make him feel guilty, they will empty you out. Your life becomes a puppet show, and you're the marionette dancing every time someone pulls the pity string. Fourth reason, self-deception. Kindness often walks hand in hand with self-deception. A kind person wants to believe there's good in everyone. That's a noble thought, sure. But in New York, it's a dangerous one. Sometimes it leads you to ignore the obvious. You see someone is lying, but you look for excuses. Maybe he's just stressed. You notice you're being used, but you think, well, maybe they're having a hard time. I knew a guy, invested his life savings in his nephew's business idea. The nephew was a gambler, a talker, a bum. Everyone saw it. But this guy, he said, "No, he's a good kid. He just needs a break." He wanted to be the benevolent uncle. In the end, the nephew lost every dime at the track. The uncle was left with nothing but his kindness. A kind heart is beautiful, but if it's not connected to a clear head, it's just a door without a lock in a bad neighborhood. Fifth reason, resource drain. Kindness drains your resources. I'm talking about your emotional energy, your time, your mental health.
When you give too much to others, you stop giving to yourself. You overdraft your own soul. And a person who doesn't take care of himself will sooner or later break. I've seen it hundreds of times. The nice guy at the office who stays late to help everyone else finish their work. Who burns out? He does. Who gets the promotion? The guy who went home on time and slept well. A kind person gets tired faster than a cruel one, because the cruel one is protected by indifference. He has armor. The kind one is wide open. And when the world throws a punch, it hits the open heart much harder. Sixth reason: attracting the wrong crowd. Here's a bitter pill. Your kindness can attract the wrong people. You think, if I'm kind, I'll attract kind people. Wrong. In nature, does the honey attract other honey? No, it attracts flies. It attracts bears. You attract those who love comfort, those looking for easy solutions, those who want a free ride. It's the law of the jungle. A predator always chooses the prey that is easiest to catch. If you are too soft, too open, you are signaling to every narcissist and user in a 10-mile radius, open for business. Seventh reason: loss of self-respect. This is the one that hurts the most. You can lose respect for yourself. When a person constantly gives in, constantly swallows insults, constantly puts themselves last, your subconscious takes notes. You are sending a message to yourself. My feelings don't matter. My desires don't matter. I am second class in my own life. Sooner or later, you start to believe it. You walk with your head down. And listen to Solomon. If you don't respect yourself, don't expect a stranger on the street to do it for you. People smell low self-esteem like a shark smells blood. Eighth reason: addiction to approval. Kindness makes you dependent on the opinions of others. You become a slave to being the nice guy. You're terrified someone will say, "Oh, Solomon? He's getting grumpy." You're afraid of being seen as selfish, so you make compromises that hurt you. You agree to extra work you hate. You go to parties you don't want to attend. You let your mother-in-law criticize your cooking. Why? Just so nobody speaks ill of you. This is slavery, plain and simple. You are in chains, forged by your own need to be liked. Ninth reason: fear of conflict. Kindness often comes with an inability to handle conflict. But let me tell you something. Conflict is not always bad. Conflict is the immune system of relationships. It's how you fight off infection. Conflict is a boundary. It's honesty. It's saying, "Hey, you stepped on my foot. Get off." But many kind people are so afraid of tension, they'd rather let their foot be crushed than shout. They retreat. They swallow their anger. And in doing so, they hand over control of their lives to the loudest, most aggressive person in the room. 10th reason: the expectation trap. And finally, the 10th reason: the quiet killer, the one that gets you when you're sleeping. A kind person often lives in expectation. They think, deep down, that their kindness is an investment, that one day the universe will write them a big check, that karma will balance the books. So they keep giving, waiting for the payout, waiting for the miracle. I've been so good, surely good things will happen. But the truth is, The world doesn't owe you a thing. It rains on the just and the unjust alike. To build your life on the hope that everything will change on its own is a path to bitterness. I was in that trap for years. I waited for my reward. It never came. The reward only came when I stood up and took it. So, what do? Knowing this is half the battle. But without action, it's just philosophy. And I'm not a philosopher. I'm a realist. Here is how you stop destroying yourself and start living. Step 1. Build a fence. You need boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls, they are fences. They have a gate. You decide who comes in and who stays out. When someone asks for something, check your gut. Do you feel resentment? If yes, the answer is no. Say it. I can't do that. That doesn't work for me. The world won't end. Step 2. Spot the hustle. Learn to recognize manipulation. When someone uses emotional words, family, loyalty, disappointment, to get you to do something you don't want to do, that's a hustle. That's a street game. Don't play. Stay neutral. I hear you, but the answer is still no. Step 3. Pay yourself first. In business, they say pay yourself first. Do that with your life. Every day, do something for you. Read a book, sit in the park, stare at the ceiling. Whatever it is, it's yours. If you don't fill your own cup, you can't pour a drink for anyone else. Step 4. Develop a thick skin. Emotional immunity. Don't take it personally. When people lash out, it's usually about them, not you. Let it slide off you like rain on a raincoat. Take a pause. Count to 3. Don't react. Respond. Step 5. Audit your friends. Look at the people around you. Who drains you? Who energizes you? Be ruthless. You don't need 100 friends. You need 3 good ones. If someone makes you feel small, cut them loose. Life is too short for bad coffee and bad friends. Step 6. Stop saving people who can swim. Don't help people who aren't helping themselves. If you are rowing the boat and they are drilling holes in the bottom, stop rowing. Let them sink or swim. It's the only way they'll learn. Step 7. Kill the expectations. If you give freely. Expect nothing. If you can't give without expecting a return, then don't give. Make a deal instead. Be honest about it, but don't pretend it's charity when it's a loan. Step 8. Speak your mind. Honesty is the highest form of respect. If you don't like something, say it. I don't like how you talk to me. It's scary at first, but it gets easier, and people will respect you for it. Step 9. Embrace the fight. Don't run from conflict. If you have to fight for your peace, fight. A little argument now saves a war later. Step 10. Protect your light. Be kind, but be kind with a helmet on. Let your kindness be a choice, not a compulsion. Let it be a gift you give to those who deserve it, not a tax you pay to everyone who walks by. Listen to Sally. You're a good kid. You got a good heart. Don't let this city or this world turn it black. But don't let them eat it for lunch either. Keep it safe. Keep it strong. And remember, the most important person you have to be kind to is the one you see in the mirror every morning. Now, go out there and be a mensch, but be a smart one.